Gemini.
Hey everyone, before we start today, I'd just like to address a question that I get a lot in my email, and it will save me a lot of time here if I can collectively address it here to you. So the question I get is whether I give private readings or not, and yes I do. I do it all the time. You will find it here on the sidebar. You just want to click on it. It will take you directly to the website where you can find out more information on the various readings that are available to you, both on the astrological site as well as the psychic readings and what you can expect from those. Alright, so let's get on with it and see what November has in store for you this month. Hello Gemini, this is your forecast for November 2014, and it's going to start off really well. We have a few aspects here on November 1st already where we're seeing that communication is going to feel very upbeat and joyful, a little happy-go-lucky there. Mercury is your ruler, by the way, and it is sextiling Jupiter. Jupiter is optimistic. It's also a planet of expansion and generosity, and so you're going to feel a lot of support for the things that you're communicating and sharing and giving out here in November, which is wonderful. It's going to keep you happy. Why? Well, because we also have Venus, which rules love and romance, but also money, is also sextile Pluto here on November 1st, along with Mars and Neptune. So Venus and Pluto, for you, you have Venus in your 6th house. Pluto here for you is the 8th house. So it has to do with your day-to-day routines, what you value and what you cherish, and how you can beautify the spaces that you operate within, whether it's your office or whether it is the home, and how you can make your to-do list and daily routines more pleasant for yourself. You might even see if you have difficult work shifts, that maybe now is the time to alter them so you can have a better work shift that's more in harmony with what it is you want to do. So it can work out in different ways. Tying into Pluto in your 8th house, it's the house of intimacy. It's also the house of shared resources that you have with your partner or your significant other. And since we're talking Venus on a money level, since we're looking at the 8th house here of resources, you and your partner might just come to agree a little bit more now what is important to both of you, and balancing that out, how one could be more supportive of the other and vice versa, and how can we share the bills so it's more harmonious on the scales, that kind of thing. And it shouldn't be too difficult because Mercury and Jupiter here is active at the same time, meaning you're coming from a place of fairness, looking out for the other as you're looking out for the self, so there is a mutual sense of respect. Mars and Neptune, well, that's your action that you're directing right now, and it's in a place of idealism. Neptune is always idealistic, so you're kind of like aiming for the ideal level of how you and your partner or partners can communicate, how you can work together, how you can creatively bring a new life to things. And for example, for those of you starting up any type of business right now through self-employment or having a creative project going, perfect, because this Mercury here is in your 5th house for self-expression and creativity. It's aligning itself there with Jupiter in the 8th house. Now, being a Gemini, many of you are excellent writers, novelists, and so forth, or bloggers. You could see that you might feel extra creative here, especially upon something that you were working on here in October that might have been leading up to this. This can come to see an expansion and maybe a good, perhaps, payoff as well. So any contracts coming in now, you know, we're done with Mercury retrograde, which was in October. Now is a much better time when all the planets here are on the direct, well, with the exception of Neptune. But even Neptune is going to turn direct here for us this month, which allows all the planets to finally, in unison, move forward. So everything's picking up speed, up tempo, and we're feeling that things are starting to fall into place. We don't have those huge challenges which earlier on this year we were all under the weather with. So November 3rd, the Sun and Pluto are sextile. The Sun is you, Pluto is transformation, it's also intensity. So you might feel that on this day you're going to radiate that kind of intensity and feel that you may be able to drive a point home, which is important. Once again, it has to do with the areas between the 6th and the 8th house, your day-to-day routines, and shared resources. How can you balance this? Well, you're going to be communicating it very clearly, and so I think this is a great time for it. We have the full moon here, Gemini, on the 6th. This full moon for you will be in the 12th house. It's that area that's behind the veils. It's our subconsciousness, our inner self. You might feel that there might be a need here on the 6th to pull back a little bit and just listen to your own inner thoughts and creativity, or listen to some good music, go do some yoga, whatever it is that tickles your heart. That can be healing. You know, 12th house is healing. It's the Piscean house. So you might see that this may be a day here that could be very fruitful for you in this area. On the 9th and 10th, well, we have a little bit of action going on. I see that you're really gung-ho to expand, to move forward, get on with something here. And so you can actually move a mountain here on these 2 days. The physical energy, the biorhythm is really high. Your chakras are flared open. So you want to make sure that you're channeling this energy in a positive way so it doesn't come out in a destructive way, which it can when we're not aware. But just because the energy needs to go somewhere, and we just want to make sure we channel it really, really well. Especially here when it comes to deeper communications. It's the 8th house here that's flaring up with Mars and Pluto, which can be tremendously healing when focused and used properly in this area. There's a merging, a melting, becoming one energy there. If it's laden with frustrations, say from other parts of your chart that I can't see from here in your own personal charts, say you have squares or oppositions coming to this point, well, then it may come as a volcano. Things that have been just simmering for a long time, unexpressed frustrations, they might come up like a volcano. So that's what we want to be a little careful with or aware of on the 9th and 10th. Here in your solar chart, you should be pretty much okay with it. But then again, like I said, it's your personal planets we can't see from here. And that might, you know, either enhance it to become even more healing and positive and gratifying, or the opposite. Now on the 11th, there is a wonderful communication here I see, which is leading to an idealistic situation. Maybe there's a concept or an idea that can come to mind where you want to, if you don't have time to act upon it right away, at least you want to either take mental note or you know, write it in your notepad what this idea is, so that you can expand upon it down the road, because it looks like it could be something that you could harvest on in the long run. Okay, that's your creativity there. On the 12th, we have love and security coming in. Something is feeling good, it's feeling tight. Maybe you've been waiting to hear or know something. And this could be the day where things are going to come together and gel for you. Saturn is looking out to put down new roots. to embrace this situation here of love and harmony. And so whatever has felt maybe a little bit, I won't say necessarily challenged, but if there has been a situation where there's been this touch and go on and off, this unpredictable type of energy, well, you should be feeling that that could come together. So you might just hear something now, because I'm seeing a breakthrough where I feel that it's going to leave you feeling much more settled. So this is between the 12th and the 18th. On the 18th, I see it coming in strongly for you. At that time, it's the 6th house, it's Scorpio, where the Sun and Saturn is going to meet. And so it's something that I feel you've been working on at least for the last 2 years, okay? That is what's coming up here. And especially because now we're getting so close to that new moon too, where everything now should not just come to fruition. It's like concluding its journey, where you can plant these new seeds on the 22nd with this new moon here within the area of relationships. And you're going to see how that's going to work for you. The power of this new moon here in the relationship area happens only once a year. So this is the time that you really want to meditate. Put your intentions out, because it's going to be a full year before you get this area of your chart enlightened here with that beautiful new moon here, 0 degrees Sagittarius. So it's full of fire, full of passion. Then we have November 22nd, besides the new moon, we also have Mercury and Jupiter. So there's something somewhere that wants to be set right. Jupiter is all about fairness, right? So if you're feeling that there is something that needs to be spoken about, Mercury here today on this day wants to bring it up, wants to have clarity, or just wants to resolve it so one can move on. And I'm feeling that should go well, actually, because it is clearing out. Even when we have to clear up things we don't like, the result is good, because why? We have obtained a level of clarity out of confusion. Now at least we know what we can hang on to and where we can navigate from. So there's never really any negative. That's just the subjective feeling, reaction that we can get. But clarity, whether it's good or sometimes hurts, it sets us straight, okay? It frees us. So the 25th, good day, I see a very important and maybe even a serious communication coming in. I feel that might tie in with what happened on the 22nd. So on the 25th, I feel things are being restored. Maybe whoever it was you needed to have it out with is now seeing it more from a different perspective, able to see it more eye to eye. Or maybe it's you. Maybe you're more ready. If it was a partner or somebody needing to bring up an issue with you. So maybe you're now actually having this awakening of, yes, this is how we can refine, improve, and make it better. So the 25th, you're grounding it again. And then a surprise there on the 26th with Venus and Uranus. So emotionally, there might be something expressed to you here where you're feeling it ties in with your hopes, your dreams. Venus has then moved into your 7th house, so that's partnership. So between you, either a loved one, a spouse, or for those of you single, maybe this would be a day that you could cross paths with somebody in the area of the public, because Uranus is in that public area, out and about. So this is pretty much what we have here for you, your forecast, Gemini. I love bringing you these forecasts every month. You want to go listen to your partner's chart just to see what's going on with him or her as well, and see where these aspects are playing out for them. And listen to your moon and your rising sign as always, and I'll see you next month in December. Bye now.